Dom Barrett on his first PBA title at the 2012 Scorpion Open, just weeks after Stuart Williams had been the first Englishman to win the other side of the pond. Nothing like a bit of competitive rivalry inside your own team.
Yeah, both English bowlers doing extremely well for the UK bowling scene. Winning in the United States, and 3 strikes in a row for Dom Barrett really does put the pressure, turn the screw on USA captain. There's a lot of strikes there for Dom Barrett. Just the 2 open frames. Very good looking figures for the European #1 ranked player for the 4th year in a row. Well, Barnes has seen Barrett hit 3 in a row. Just to stay in touch, he has to do exactly the same thing.
Wide, got the pocket, got the messenger too. Thanksgiving maybe still a few weeks ago in the US, but get that turkey ready for basting.
Not the greatest shot, and Chris will admit this one. It's just gone outside his mark, and look how light that is on the headpin. There's a lot of mixing going on, a lot of scrambling on the left-hand side, and the timber falls, including the 10-pin. And Chris secretly realises how lucky that was. Oh dear, look at the body language. Bit of a mean look as well. But there you go, 40 strikes and 4 open frames, which is quite unusual for probably the #1 player in the world at this particular time.
Here's Dom Barrett with his 4-bagger. Excellent there for Dom and Team Europe. Can they drag themselves back to within 1 point again of the United States on the overall scorecard?
He's looking very locked and loaded, is Dom. Just a spare in the 3rd frame, but it's been perfect since then on the score sheet. Still could max out at 279. Frame by frame, Barnes is standing up and having to strike every single shot.
And he is. He's matching Dom. 4 in a row for the Englishman. 4 in a row now for America's skipper. Maximum of 267 remains for the Americans in this singles.
Yeah, it's quite an impressive set of score sheets, bar the single pin 9 miss in frame 3 from Barnes. Almost every other shot has been in and around that 1-3 pocket. Barrett takes a re-rack of the pins, settles himself, cleans the oil off of his ball. So he's got a nice clean surface for the ball to roll down. And when it gets to the back end, to the dry area of the last 19 feet of the lane, the rotation he puts on the ball will make it hook up and hopefully drive through the 1 and the 3 pin. Set up the chain reaction to hit a strike and make 5 in a row for the Englishman.
Scratch that 4, make it 5. Europe have come alive.
And so have the domination fans in the crowd, the official European supporters, friends and family of Dom Barrett, all there in their blue shirts. Very impressive score sheet. Still looking at maximum 279 if he can strike out in the last couple of frames.
6 strikes thus far on this show lane in this match for Chris Barnes. Last 4 have been straight. And like Dom Barrett, Chris Barnes makes it 5 in a row. They're not going down without a fight here, United States.
Chris just showing some of the form that we know he has. The glitch in the 3rd frame, which was a single pin miss open frame, had that been spared, they would have been dead level, pacing 279 apiece. And there you can see it's the big glitch in frame 3. Apart from that, he's been perfect. He still has to keep the concentration up though, because up in front of him is Dom Barrett, Europe's #1. Looking at 5 strikes in a row. This one for number 6. One more and it's drinks all round from Dom Barrett.
No, couldn't keep it going there. That was quite pedestrian, really, from Dom Barrett. Expect more power. Starts left, heads out wide, and then doesn't get the break he wanted there. 2 left standing.
Yeah, big overreaction in the back end there. I thought Dom hit his mark that he was looking for, but the ball snapped up. It may well be that the back end is getting even drier. So hard and fast to the spare, which he makes. Gives Chris Barnes the opportunity to bury one more and take the lead in the foundation frame. It's going to be a very high scoring game. Whoever wins, whoever loses. 7 strikes, 2 spares and no opens. That's a great looking game for Barrett, but it may not be enough if Chris Barnes can put 2 more strikes in the bank.
Well, that 9th frame spare there from Dom Barrett has dropped his maximum to below Chris Barnes for the United States for the first time in this match, and it's come at the worst possible time. Perfect from Chris Barnes. That is why he is the American skipper, and that is why he is appearing in his 8th straight Weber Cup.
6 strikes in a row from the American captain. Look at that. Fantastic scorecards, bar 1 frame. And look at the maximums. It's Chris Barnes working on a strike, going into the 10th with a 10-pin lead. What a turnaround that is in the closing frames. So Dom Barrett really needs 3 strikes here to go 257 to ask the question from Chris Barnes.
Bit of a break to the rhythm here. Though having said that, these players don't let re-racks affect them too much. And Dom hasn't there. Got the pocket and got the strike.
1 of 3, the Europeans hope. First shot in the 10th gives him the opportunity to shoot 2 more frames for 257.
Posted 2 points with 2 singles victories in amidst the carnage of last year's Weber Cup from a European perspective. On the end of the biggest hiding in the history of this competition. What a strike though for Dom. It's so much closer this year. Not entirely convinced about in this game though for Dom.
1 more strike from Dom Barrett for a 257 will make Chris Barnes shoot 2 strikes in the 10th frame if he's going to have a chance of victory. So again, it's a mighty important ball. This must be 10. Come on, Dom.
Yes! He's got it. Over to you, Chris. Let's see what the American skipper can do.
Well, what the American skipper has to do is shoot 2 strikes. It's a great finish from Dom Barrett. 257. Great looking game, and there you can see 10 strikes in the game. Can't really do much better than that, can you? But he's asking the question of number 1 bowler Chris Barnes, recent gold medalist in the World Championships. Picked up 2 golds. He certainly needs a couple of gold shots now.
Pressure's on here.
It's all
Quite
over.
a conservative bowl that from Barnes. Well, was it getting to even he, the great one, America's skipper?
It's all over. The game is won for Europe. This really needs to be a strike, and he had to follow it with another, but he's straight through the face of the number 1 pin. Only leaves a spare, which he converts. As you can see, his maximum score drops to 245. Dom is already in the changing room with a 2:57. Sweet revenge for the European. It's all over, bar the shouting, Chris.
Bowling out here, and knowing what a fierce competitor he is, he will be furious with himself that he's failed to deliver right at the business end of that singles match. And Europe are back to within a point of the United States. This is finely poised. It's perfectly poised if you're a neutral. It is 11-10. Now then, who's Tony speaking with laneside?
Yeah, I'm here with Dom. Well done, Dom. On a personal level, you're having a pretty stunning Weber Cup, aren't you?
Yeah, I've always loved coming here. I'm not quite as good as Tommy on this lane, but not many people are. But yeah, I'm having a really good Weber Cup. My ball roll was matching up most of the time, and just trying to, go out there and get strikes.
Now, in the 9th frame of that match, you probably thought it had got away from you, but you had to keep your focus in the 10th, just in case Chris made a mistake, didn't you?
That's right. This lane with the lights, it changes so fast. There's only one lane, we normally bowl on 2, so one game we play anywhere else in the world is actually 2 on this lane, because we change lanes every other frame. So it's huge when you have to sit down and you have to wait, or especially when you're striking sometimes as well, like we both were. I had the shot, I didn't throw it very good, obviously, you could see that, but on another 3 shots before, that probably would have gone through and strike, and I think Chris found that in the 10th frame.
Well played.
Thank you.
There you go, Dom Barrett, ladies and gentlemen. Europe have indeed come alive. They now trail again by just 1.